One of the biggest misconceptions I see with withdrawn and expired listings here in Denver is this idea or belief that somehow it expired just because of the price. And that if you fix that, it will magically fix the listing. Sometimes it does, sure. If it was really, really, really overpriced, then yes, that will fix the issue. But the reason that price isn't just the only problem is because there were things that you can fix that would have brought buyers back in. It's never just price. It's usually also a positioning problem. And there are 3 ways that we see this, or reasons that we know it's not just price. But before I get there, if you want a more in-depth look into what positioning actually is, check out my first YouTube video, It Didn't Sell, Start Here. The biggest thing to remember about positioning is this. Positioning creates a buyer perception of value, which creates momentum, which protects your leverage. Okay? So here are our 3 reasons we know it's not just price. 1, if it was just overpriced, but you had great positioning, you still would have gotten an offer. Wouldn't have been at asking, may not have been a great offer, buyer probably wasn't emotionally engaged, wouldn't have protected your leverage, but it would have been there. Okay? 2, maybe you had, like so many others, you had a price drop, or 2, or 3. And that would have been like shaking the tree and buyers would have fallen out. You would have regained momentum and you would have gotten an offer. Okay? 3rd reason, and stay with me because this one's hard to explain. I'm going to explain it by example. We know it isn't just price because sometimes there are things in the positioning, like in the offer structure, that prohibit a listing from going forward, okay? I took clients to see this listing that had some deferred maintenance. It was a little overpriced. It had some deferred maintenance. They were selling it as is. Now, sellers, you are allowed to ask for what you want. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it, but you are allowed to ask. My buyers went back to this listing twice, okay? They were getting their financial ducks in a row. And I reminded them that just because the sellers were asking for certain things doesn't mean they're gonna get them. But ultimately, between the high price, the deferred maintenance, and then some big things that they were asking for in the offer, my buyers didn't even feel like they wanted to negotiate. Okay? So that's another example of why we know it's not just price. So what do you do if you're stalling, stagnating, you withdrew, you expired? Well, I think a really great place to start is my expired listing strategic audit, and I will put the link to copy and paste in the description. It helps you identify where some of those gaps in the strategy may have occurred, okay? The second thing that I would hope you do is subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out content weekly, not just about why listings expire or the signs that you're starting to lose momentum, but also what to do about it. The thing that I want to leave you with today that's most important is if you go to relist and you need a price adjustment shouldn't be a reactive decision. It should be part of an entire comprehensive strategic relaunch of your listing. These decisions shouldn't be made with urgency. These decisions require structure.